Here's another Maya quick tip. When you finished up your scene and you're ready to go and you want to render out your animation, whatever it may be, I get a lot of requests on how to actually go about doing this with Arnold and Maya. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over to our render settings, and in here we're going to configure a couple of things. First, I'm going to set my image format. I usually do TIFF. You want to make sure you've defined what your resolution is, which camera you're rendering from, the same stuff that you normally do. The biggest change here is going to be the frame/animation extension. We're going to change this to name.number.extension, and you can adjust your frame padding depending on how many frames you're actually rendering at. From down here, we're going to go to frame range. We're going to change this, so say we're rendering 100 frames. And then the most important step, because if you don't set this up, Maya will start to render every other frame. It's kind of weird, but this is just a step that just kind of negates that. You need to turn on renumber frames. This is going to make sure that when you're starting on frame number 1 and it renders frame number 1, that the next frame is only going to go up by 1. After all that's set up, you're going to click. Then we're going to go up to render sequence, options box. And in here, you're going to store where you're going to actually render your sequence out. Everything in here should match what you enabled in the other settings box. And then from here, you can either render sequence and close or render sequence to be able